Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Hey, look at this, it's bright. It's usually dark in this little tunnel. But we have light. Can you feel it? Can you see it?
Spring is on its way.
Boom chicka wah. Cool. Anyway, so this morning we're going to talk about
Tapping on a steering wheel.
tapping on a steering wheel and making magic happen. Izzy Wizzy.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I remember Sutty.
Vaguely.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I used to do.
And the dog that squeaked.
Sweep.
That was it. Was there a panda as well?
Sue.
Okay.
How the hell do I know all this?
Sutty.
and the guy we call Matthew.
Okay, you can stop now.
My childhood. Anyway, right, okay, so this morning what we're going to talk about is...
Are you taking enough time winning business as opposed to doing business? Or something like that?
something within that kind of realm of
Yeah.
talkiness.
Probably not explained in the most coherent of sentences.
Okay, so what Sarah's trying to say is that the topic today we're going to be talking about, are you spending enough time winning business, or are you spending most of your time doing the business?
That's pretty much what I said.
Yeah, just in a more formatted, orderly manner.
I wanted to bring you in so you could get involved.
Is it cold outside?
It is. Well, it's not too cold actually, it's just extremely windy.
Windy. Okay, so the way that I like to do this, and the way I tell my clients to do this as well, and it starts to make a lot of sense, is if you're familiar with using mind maps, and mind maps are great, and if you're not familiar, basically what you'll do is you put the central point that you want to work on in the middle and you pull strands off it. So you've got loads of different strands coming off with all the activities, all the different things, all your thoughts, and you pull sub-strands off of them, and you end up with just a big spider's web of activity and thoughts and patterns and all sorts of different things in there. And this is a really good exercise to do when you're looking at what you do on a day-to-day basis. So I like to use it in this sense, where you can actually use a mind map to write down everything that you're going to do for the day, everything that you're going to do this week, and pull a strand off it, for all these different tasks. So for example, you might pull a strand off which would be write a blog for your company, for your business, and from that strand you then obviously pull sub-strands off that. So it'll be research the blog, it'll be actually doing the actual writing, it'll be then what you do with the blog once it's done, distributing it out into networks. So you're going to post it to social media, you're going to use it as an email newsletter, or you're going to post it to republish it to different platforms. So you've got all these different strands, and go on, sorry.
You know what? Also on top of that, it would be really good for if you go back to yesterday's video where we were talking about, was it yesterday or the day before, where we were talking about keeping a manual log of what you're doing throughout the day.
I agree.
It'd be really good for that.
It'd be really good. What's that?
No idea.
Body shop. That's from Carl. So what you do is you do all this, and then one of the strands, once you've done all that, pull one of the strands off and put down everything that you do to actually generate and win business. And it's actually quite scary when you start doing this, because you realise that less than 5% of your working week usually is spent on prospecting and closing and winning business, and that 5% has got to support the 95% of activity that you're doing. You need to be looking at how you can flip that, turn it around like that. So you've got this section which is out there closing business, winning business, and this section which is going to be supported by that little small section. And so this is one of the biggest problems that I've faced before in the past, and I know many people do, is they just don't spend enough time winning the business. They don't spend enough time closing deals, locking them in, prospecting, winning the business, having the meetings, making the phone calls, doing the marketing, whatever it is that's going to get you the business, because you're spending all your time doing the business that you're doing. So it's important to recognise this.
And do you think once people do recognise it, it's easy to forget that they've recognised it and carry on doing what they're doing?
How do you mean? So
oh yeah.
and then do nothing about it.
and then like a week later they're still doing exactly the same.
Totally. And the hardest thing is because it's a change. Do you know, change is hard. You need to embrace change, but change is hard. So it's like, well, I've got my little routine that I do. You know, I get up, I'll make my coffee in the morning, and I might read my few emails, and I might do this, and people just get stuck in a routine. And it's like, well, yeah, this and this, and so it's like what I've said in one of the previous videos about, you know, taking stock from time to time. You know, do this on a weekly basis. You know, look at what you've been doing that particular week, look what's working, and do more of it.
And even more importantly, this weekend is the last couple of days of January. So
unbelievable.
Where's
January gone? Where's January gone?
What better time to take stock of what you've done in January? So you're a month into the year, and what have you done?
True, very true. Do you know, what have you achieved this month? Have you scribed anything off your goal board, your vision board, your targets? Do you know, what have you done that's going to take you closer to where you want to be this year, this month? Because there's only a few days left of it. Today officially is the last Friday of this month. Last Friday of this month, make it count. You know, don't be looking at the clock. Like we said before in the past, don't be looking at the clock and thinking, woohoo, I've only got 7.5 hours left of the day and I'm done, it's the weekend, yeah! Get your mindset thinking that, shit, if you're not working the weekend, shit, I've only got 7.5 hours left to do everything that I need to get done this month. And this is the big difference that you need to start applying to business and to your life. Do you know, whatever you're waiting for them perfect conditions to come, you're never going to make a move, you're never going to push forward, because unfortunately them perfect conditions don't exist. They're not around. They don't happen, and there's always something. I'll be really happy once I've got that car. You're just wishing your life away. I'll be really happy once I live in that house or have that amount of money in the bank. You're wishing your life away. It might never happen because you've got no real drive towards it. You're just wishing for it.
And anyone who's bought a house knows full well that that's not the case. Because, for one thing, I'll be really happy once I've got that house. You won't, because then you want to decorate it. That perfect house that's everything that you've ever wanted, you want to knock walls down, put your own mark on it.
And then you want a new house.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's the things to consider. You know, how much time are you actually spending winning business, closing business, and getting money into your business? You know, getting the stuff in what's going to allow you to do stuff. Because yes, money is not the be all and end all, but in business it is.
Very important.
In business it is. You know, maybe in life it's not the most important thing, but certainly in business it is. If you're in business, money's got to be the number one priority, because without it you can't do anything. You can't service your clients, you can't give amazing customer service, you can't help people, you can't reach people. You're absolutely grounded. Without the money, you're grounded. So it's got to be the number one priority. And it is very high up in life, and I think that what you'll find is anybody who tells you otherwise generally doesn't have any money.
Yep.
Which is true.
Very true.
So, final thought?
Final thought is, you go first, because I can't think of one.
You can't think of one. I'll tell you exactly why you can't think of one.
Why? Because you're drinking.
You can't think of one because we've had a couple of messages pop on my screen then, and you were trying to read them, so it's distracted your attention.
Okay.
True?
Okay.
True?
Okay.
Yes or no?
Must be if you said it. So you know everything.
Okay. My final thought, do you know, make sure that you're hustling every day. Simple as. Hustle every day.
And my final thought is use the weekend to take stock of what you've accomplished, what you've got to change to accomplish more the following month.
Good stuff, wicked. Make it happen. Last day of the month, guys. Do it.